I got to meet Charlie O'Donnell, founder of VC firm Brooklyn Bridge Ventures, last week at the Transatlantic Entrepreneur Partnership Conference here in New York City. We spoke about the NYC startup community, how it's changed over the years, what's driving it, and where it's all heading. Check it out.
The New York scene has definitely matured. It's come a really long way. I can think back to the beginning of 2005. The first tech meetup that I ever went to, the New York Tech Meetup, was about 25 people in the back of Scott Heiferman's offices at Meetup, and now they sell out the Skirball Center at 1,000 people, and that's just a sort of data point of how big things have gotten. Most VCs are doing deals here. A lot of VCs have offices here, so it's come from very small potatoes to the second largest venture capital ecosystem. I think more so than anything else, what's driving the momentum about New York is New York has just become a really cool place to live. And you're seeing people realize that you don't have to be near a tech center or a university that's throwing off IP to create business innovation, and that's what's driving a lot of the startups in New York. I think New York has gotten a lot of its momentum because New York City has become a really interesting place to live. Crime is down, neighborhoods are changing in a really positive way, and that's really the main ingredient of what's going on in New York. Secondarily, I think you're seeing a lot of business innovation that doesn't really require IP coming out of a university, new chips or routers or all that sort of stuff. We're seeing companies build near customers, near industry, and I think that's what's helping New York take off. I think 5 years from now, my prediction for the New York startup scene is that we've seen a lot of the companies that are at scale. You talk about companies like Mongo or Guilt or Etsy, that some of those companies have exited. Maybe they've gone public, maybe they've sold off, and it's created a whole new generation of angels and startup employees with experience that are now going off and doing their own things, because we've got a critical mass of these large companies now, and hopefully within 5 years they're going to have an exit opportunity. I think I've had a really great opportunity to see how things have developed in New York firsthand. I'm a New York native. Over the last 10 years, I've seen a lot of really positive changes in the ecosystem. And one thing that I realize, it's not about building the next Silicon Valley. So I think that sometimes cities look at what's happened here and think that there's just a checklist of, getting a Techstars affiliate and a General Assembly location and poof, instant startup village. And those things are important and they're extremely helpful, but I think each city has its own unique flavor, its own opportunity. And so I think that those cities should really figure out, what do they do well? Why does somebody want to live here? What opportunities can we offer, and how can we develop a plan for innovation that is unique to our city?